Hey guys, it's Riley or else Thrifted over on Instagram and Poshmark, and today I'm filming a Goodwill outlet bins vlog. I have not gone to this bins in over a year because it's an hour away from my house, and I don't know, I just been going to a different one, but I decided to go to this one today because it's bigger and I'm looking for stuff for a garage sale. I know I'm crazy, I'm having a garage sale, but it's stuff I was going to take to consignment stores, and honestly I'd rather just have a garage sale than drive to different consignment stores, which doesn't logically make sense, but in my brain I'm so fed up with consignment stores that are not like Crossroads, Buffalo Exchange, and this is stuff that they wouldn't take. Anyway, I am off to drop off my shipping. That is a bag on top of my shipping for the bins. Let's see, here's you can't even see, there's that bag, Panera bag full of shipping from Thursday to now Monday, because I was out of town, but for a whole week. Sucks. I had to put my Poshmark on vacation mode for 5 days, and it just never feels good. I haven't done that in a while. Anyway, July sales are going to be definitely down because of that, so that's a bummer, but I just got to work my butt off to try and get them to match June, because June was actually pretty good. Alright, so I'm on my way to the post office, so I'm not going to look at the camera while telling you this story, but I wanted to tell it because I'm angry about it, so I figured, oh god, there's a stupid truck. I hate stupid trucks. I was just going to tell you guys a story that happened to me this morning. First of all, I'm getting a later start than I wanted. It's about 12 o'clock, and I would have loved to leave my house at 9 to get to the bin, since it is an hour away and I like to spend as much time there as possible. But I had to wait until my dad woke up to talk to him, and he slept in for some reason on this Monday morning, which is annoying because he doesn't usually. So then by the time I could finally talk to him, it was like 10 o'clock, and I had to get my shipping done. I got a lot of stuff done this morning. I listed, I got my shipping done. But anyway, the story I want to tell has to do with my shipping. So I sold this retro fet dress, probably posting a picture on the screen, for $70. I got an offer and I accepted it, and you may be thinking that's low for retro fet. First of all, this dress probably sells for more like, at least when I check comps, like $150. But I had to replace a button. I didn't realize I paid $25 for it at Last Chance, and I looked it over and I was just so excited. I was like, awesome, retro fet dress, $25, nothing wrong with it. And then I got home and looked at it, and there was a button missing, and of course it's not like an average button, it's a fancy gold button. And so I went to Joann's, bought buttons, they didn't look good. Went back to Joann's, bought different buttons, they didn't look good. Then I ordered some on Amazon. They look the exact same as the Joann ones, except so now I have like 100 pack of these gold buttons. Luckily they weren't expensive. Anyway, I couldn't match the button exactly, so I listed it lower, and we're sending like relatively low offers. I think my lowest is like $80, and yesterday I got an offer for $70, and I was like, awesome. This is like, it's not a crazy noticeable flaw, but it's a winter dress, it's summer, I wanted it gone, takes up space, whatever. Anyway, I go to ship it this morning and I can't find it. Right now I'm redoing my inventory. I bought new shelves, I just needed more space, and so I bought new shelves, and I bought some boxes, to put on the shelves. I was gonna do banker boxes, but they don't fill the shelves as well as I hoped they would, and so I bought different boxes on Amazon, and apparently Amazon doesn't do 2-day prime shipping anymore because I bought these on Friday, it's now Monday, and they still haven't showed up. So I know it's the weekend, but I feel like Amazon has definitely slipped with shipping, I've noticed. Do they even is it still supposed to be like a 2-day prime shipping? I don't know. What I'm trying to get at is my inventory room is an absolute mess, because I was in the middle of setting up these shelves. I had my boxes and they didn't work, so it's like my inventory room is mostly torn apart. This item was never inventoried, I don't have an inventory number for it, and I thought I hung it up on my racks, but I checked my racks 3 times, could not find this item, so it's got to be somewhere in my uninventoried, things before they go into inventory. It's got to be in there. It's got to be somewhere in my inventory room. I even went upstairs and looked around, since it was something I repaired. I'm like, maybe it didn't make it down to my inventory room for some reason. Anyway, I spent 20 minutes looking, minimum 20 minutes looking for this dress. So shipping took me over an hour because I was looking for this dress, couldn't find it, and I was like, you know what, it sold yesterday, it's not like it sold 4 days ago. So tonight I'm gonna have to do some serious trying to organize. Like, I can't organize my room until I get these boxes from Amazon. So I don't know. I feel like I touched every single item that was uninventoried. I spent 20 minutes looking for it, couldn't find it. I don't want to cancel the $70 sale of a flawed item. I mean, flawed repaired, but still a non-perfect item that sold for $70. I mean, I paid $25, but still it's a relatively good profit for a flawed item. I need to find this dress. So I'm like, I'm not in a bad mood, but I'm in a very like frustrated / anxious mood. So hopefully going to the bins will help me feel better about this stupid dress. I'm so angry. So we are almost at the post office. I think that's kind of it. Then I have an hour drive ahead of me to the bins. Traffic shouldn't be bad going there, but now that I'm like not getting as early of a start, it's probably going to be closer to like an hour and 20 minutes to 30 minutes drive home, especially if it hits rush hour, which I would like to avoid. But I also don't want to spend all day at the bins just because I have a crap load of stuff to do, but not like I can. Oh, the post office is busy. Okay, whatever. That's where I'm at right now. I will see you guys when I get to the bins in an hour. Okay, I'm here, and this is literally the furthest I've ever had to park, so it must be crazy busy in there. I'm wondering if it's because, you know, kids are off school. I feel like I don't usually come in the summer that much. But here we go. It took me about like exactly an hour to get here. I had to stop for gas, and at this gas station I hate, so that was great. Okay, it's like 1:15, so let's see how much I can get in a couple hours. Maybe like 4. Okay, so here's like our very first bin, and I found this single Adidas shoe. I'm assuming somebody threw that back. I did actually end up grabbing it and putting it in my cart in case I came across the mate, which I never did. But this day I'm avoiding shoes pretty much. As much as I love to sell shoes, I just have too many in my shoe cleaning death pile from the bins. Oh, here's another single I found. It's Sperry Boot, and Sperry Boots actually, you know, do pretty well as opposed to the boat shoes. So I threw that in there. I was like, okay, I'll look for the singles. I love selling bras from the bins, but that was not a good one. So past that, here's a pair of Joe's jeans, and I actually did end up grabbing these even though they're skinny, just because they're a waist size 30. They were in relatively good condition, a little bit of puckering, but I'll still sell jeans as long as I don't have crazy puckering. So I did grab those, hopefully a $13 or $14 profit. I'm showing this H&M dress because Goodwill priced it at $10, and that's why I ended up at the bins, because no one wants an old H&M dress for $10. But maybe if they had priced it at $6 and it went to half off day, someone would have wanted it. Here's a London fog coat. I passed on that just because I don't know, didn't want to deal with it. Maybe someone else grabbed it, maybe not, who knows. Here is my first clothing find of the day. It is a Fila girls jacket, and I grabbed this from my garage sale. I probably priced it at like $4 or $5 for the garage sale. If it doesn't sell, maybe I'll list on Poshmark for like $15, but hopefully it sells in the garage sale. For my garage sale, I'm only looking for things I know that I can either list on Poshmark for adult clothes. Oh, this is a kid's North Face jacket as well that I did end up grabbing. Even though it had a little wear on the sleeves, I'll again price it at like $5 on my garage sale. It was pretty lightweight because it's just one of those. Anyway, what I was saying about my garage sale is I'm looking for pieces that I can either take to a consignment store afterwards or lower $15, $20 bread and butter sales that, you know, I'd rather just not do the work to get. So if I can take $5, $4 in my garage sale, might as well do that. Honestly, right now we're just going through a lot of trash, which is what the bins really is digging through trash for a few pieces of treasure. Here is what I think is a pretty good bread and butter find. It is this Chico's leather jacket. I don't know if it's vegan leather or not. I only sell Chico's that I got from the bins. Oh, that is just some surface wear that I can wipe off. It was at Goodwill, I believe, for like $10. I honestly might have grabbed it at like half off day, or $8. Yeah, I totally would have grabbed that at half off day, but I got it at the bins for cheaper, and hopefully that's like a $25 plus sale. I looked at this Catherine's jacket because I've heard Kaylee Elaine on YouTube say that it does well, but I passed on it because the style was really awful. It was a 4X, so maybe I should have grabbed it, but I don't know. Let me know. Would you grab a velour Catherine's 4X jacket? That was a cool vintage piece that I'll probably take to buy, sell, trade. I found these old navy jeans that are new with tags. Goodwill wanted $7 for them originally, which honestly isn't bad, but they ended up at the bins, and I don't even think I'm gonna stick those in my garage sale. I think I'm just gonna sell them myself because I've had like decent luck recently with like good old navy pieces, not like every day, but those were a plus size and tall, new with tag. So I'll hope to get like $14 or $15 for those, and from the bins,
That's actually probably going to be like a $13 profit, which isn't bad. So coming up here is a brand I think I heard someone talk about like years and years ago, and I never found it, and I just found it in the bins and decided to look it up because it looked relatively good. I think it will sell for like $20 to $25, so I threw it in the cart to experiment with, and maybe if it does sell for $20, $25, it will be a bin's bread and butter if I ever come across it again. I am grabbing Target pieces for my garage sale. So here is a North Face coat that was actually like a pretty nice one. I did not check comps. I just threw it in the cart. It was in great condition. I'm assuming people at my bins are not, I did get some good coats, so I'm assuming people are not grabbing coats because of the weight. Like they just don't want to pay for coats. But I got like 4 or 5 good ones, so I'm pretty happy with that. I do apologize for the quality of the voiceover. I know it's not great. I don't have a microphone, so I'm just dealing with my computer. So I thought I might grab that New With Tags vintage skirt for buy sell trade, but I didn't because I just didn't know if they would take it, and I didn't want to sell it myself, so I left it behind. Honestly, there's nothing really special right now, so maybe we'll just skip forward. Here is some Cat and Jack kids pants, which is exactly what I'm looking for my garage sale, because if they don't sell in the garage sale, I know I can take them to kids consignment. Actually, I did pass on these ones just because of the fading on the pants. I threw them on my cart, but I ended up throwing them back. Cat and Jack is just a Target brand, but they make adorable stuff, and same with Baby Gap. So those are like the 2 brands I'm really looking for my garage sale, and I know Kids Will Consignment will take them if they don't end up selling in my garage sale. Coming up here is probably one of my better finds of the day. It is a Fenright Mason, yeah, that's what it is, a coat, like long coat, and I don't think this brand has like a super big following, but they use quality materials. I could tell this was boiled wool when I felt it, and it is 100% wool, and I tried to give you a better view here. It is like a midi coat that is ruffled. I think that, I mean, I didn't check comps, but I've sold it before, and I think it should do pretty well. So I grabbed this sweater, men's sweater, and threw it in my cart because it was cute and made of wool. I did not check comps while I was at the bins. It's hard to check comps for everything you don't know, and when I did check comps on Poshmark, it does not sell well or frequently. It's not even like it will sell for $15 frequently. So I'll just hang on to it and take it to Crossroads or Buffalo Exchange in the fall. I did talk to the girls at Crossroads, and they tell me one of the things they look for is quality fabric. So since it's a cute men's style, 100% wool, I do think they'll buy it and price that at like $25, and I get 50% of that, 25 or 26 or 27 or 24, whatever they price it at. I'll get trading credit and then buy something at Crossroads, maybe like something fancier that I wouldn't thrift, and make a profit that way. This brand I heard of from Kaylee Lane, and when I checked comps, it wasn't doing awesome. It looks like the more substantial like jackets and coats do better, but I still grabbed it. This is a Bolo Nation LTD, and I've only found it once before a few weeks ago at Goodwill. I didn't know about it before that. It does have a small pinhole right there. I'm going to see if I can either like do a small couple stitches to make it better or sell it as is, but they make basics. I think they sell it on Revolve, so I would definitely check comps if you come across that. Here is my cart after, I don't know, maybe a half hour. This is literally me just going down one aisle from like when I entered all the way to the other end. That is all the stuff I pulled out of the bins, and I'm sure I missed some good stuff. It's hard to check every single item in the bins. So at this point, I made my way over to the shoe bins, and guess what I found? My Sperry boot match. That was pretty exciting. I'm assuming someone had the single and threw it back. And I don't, as I said earlier, need any shoes, and the shoes were really picked over. I did still find a good few pair, but that is good for me because I did not come home with a cart full of shoes, because I did not need a cart full of shoes. I left these Skechers boots behind. This is something I would probably grab if I needed shoes, because I think they would sell between 15 and 20, but again, I didn't need shoes, so I only grabbed shoes that I was in love with and really thought would do well. I'm pretty sure this bins location only does 2 shoe rotations a day, like one when they open and then one around what I've noticed like 12:30, 1 o'clock. This day I got here after 1 o'clock, so I'm assuming I missed it. And these were left over, these UGG slippers. Those should do pretty well. I would guess $25. I didn't check comps, but I just knew they would do well, so I grabbed them. Anyway, this is like the remnants of the last shoe rotation. Here I found a pair of wool slippers, not these bad boys. These were BCBG, but here. And boiled wool slippers, gosh, I am so wrong. I am off time. Okay, here we go. The slippers, boiled wool slippers, I would totally check these. I did not check this brand, but I threw them in my cart and checked later. And LL Bean and other brands make them, and they retail for like $80 and sometimes more. So I did grab those, and they do retail for a lot, so that's exciting. I passed on those men's eco, however you say it, shoes. I just didn't want to deal with them. Here I found a pair of Draper James heels wedges, which I didn't even know they made shoes. There was some light yellowing on that ruffle stuff, but I think I can get like $20 for those, and at $1.50 I will make a profit. Coming up here is a pair of Sam Edelman black leather like fringe boots, and Sam Edelman is a brand that does pretty well for me, but these are an older style, and I actually think I might have these listed right now in a different color, so I passed. And if you saw, Goodwill had those priced at $13. Here's a pair of shoes I'm grabbed. Oh my gosh, I'm surprised no one grabbed, because they're North Face boots, and the condition is like, a 7 out of 10, just some cosmetic wear, and I think those will be a $30 plus sale. Never found the match to this clog, so I had to leave it behind. I found these Sorel sneakers, and I was pretty excited. They do have some like cosmetic wear right there. I will cut off the strands and they'll look pretty good. So I think a lot of people do pass non-perfect shoes at the bins, which is funny because most bin shoes aren't perfect, but I was happy with those. Maybe $25 because of the wear, maybe $20. Again, still like a $15, $16 profit because I got them at the bins. If I needed shoes, I would have grabbed those. They are Sanuk, but I have like 2 pair of Sanuk sandals right now that aren't getting a lot of attention, so I left those ones behind. This is a pair of Trotters. They were in good condition. This brand does retail for a lot. They're a comfort shoe brand, but they don't sell that well for me, so I left those behind. Sperry boat shoes, pretty much always leave those behind. Even when they're a cute style, they sit forever. I kind of wish I grabbed those because Dr. Scholl's, is that what they're called? Whatever. Scholl's wedges actually do pretty well for me. I don't know why I didn't grab those. I did grab another pair later. So this is the only rotation I lined up for, and luckily the guy in front of me was a t-shirt bro, so he was not looking for the same stuff I was looking for. I think he grabbed like 2 things from the bin, and then I got to go in. They have not changed since COVID, so it is still 1 person per bin, and I don't know if it's only new rotations or if it's the old ones too. I usually just, it's a pretty big bin, so I kind of just stick to myself, but it is a little annoying. I miss when it was everybody could line up for the new bins, because it's just harder now to get good stuff. I guess it is good if you do line up and wait a half an hour. I don't like it because when I line up and wait and I'm the first one in the bin, I like to go through every single item in a bin, and people are waiting behind you, and I could easily spend 10 or 15 minutes in one bin to touch every single item, especially a new bin, and then there are just people waiting, so I feel pressured to rush through stuff, and I don't like it. I wish I would go back to the old way where there was like more competition and people are crazy. I'm sure some people prefer this way. I don't. Anyway, here I am just sorting my cart, and my goal was, oh, here's that North Face coat. My goal was to, sort my cart, check out, and then come back in because my cart was full and all the carts were gone. Lucky I grabbed a cart. Anyway, I did not do that. I ended up sorting and my cart was full and stayed for like 3 more hours and never checked out. So I had a crazy full cart when I left. So when I'm sorting, I'm looking for flaws, obviously, and bad decisions. So if you see me throw it in front of me, that is stuff like these jeans that are going into my cart. And like that one, if you see it go to the side, that is stuff that I'm going to throw back into the bin. This is a cute Old Navy, or not Old Navy, Target dress, but I just, weighed a little bit more, and I don't think I could get that much for Poshmark if it didn't sell in my garage sale. So this process takes a while, but it's worth it, because even after I sort, I come home with stuff that is flawed or stuff I'm like, why the heck did I buy this? This was an awful decision. So after I sorted, I brought myself a snack and ate it. I've actually never eaten anything in the bins. I usually eat on my drive home, but I was so hungry. Like, I was at the point where like my hands were almost shaking a little bit because I only ate a tiny bowl of oatmeal in the morning and I just couldn't do it. Bins take so much out of you that I had to eat my delicious Cheeto thing puffs. They're not real Cheetos, they're the knockoff ones, but honestly they're more delicious. That is my beautiful post-sorted cart, and it did not stay like that. I really was like, okay, I'll go through one more bin, check out, and come back in. So I have a fresh empty cart. I didn't do that. Are we surprised? No. I did end up buying that like big cozy snuggie thing. It didn't actually weigh that much, so I figured I'd throw it in my garage sale. If it doesn't sell, I can list it on Poshmark. They retail for like $50 or something. I often pull out my camera when I find something slightly more exciting to show you guys, and this is slightly more exciting. It is just Anthropology Moth, and I think it is an older piece, like since it doesn't say Anthropology on it, but it was a nice sweater in good condition, so I grabbed it, and hopefully that is at least a $20 sale. I found these baby bib things and I didn't know what they were at first. I actually Google image searched. No, actually I searched the brand and it came up on Amazon as like a lot of baby bibs, and I found another one, so I grabbed them for my garage sale to lot up, and hopefully if they don't sell in the garage sale, Kids Consignment will take them. And also if any of the kids' clothes I just don't want to hang on to forever, I will donate it to a homeless shelter. I love when I find a pile of baby stuff like this because usually people don't grab it. Like the infant stuff especially, I don't think Goodwill like posts or what I'm trying to say, puts in their store. So I will often find bins or piles of baby stuff, and that's where I usually find some good stuff. Here is probably one of my best finds of the day. It is a Barbour coat, and I think either people passed on it because it looks dirty, but it's just the look of it. Well, there is a dirty spot in the pocket that I think I can get out, but it's like waxed, and I think it's supposed to look like that. Or they passed on it because it's a coat, because I did find some good coats, and my bins location did raise their price per pound. It went from like, it was 99 cents a pound, and now it's $1.29 a pound if you get like over 50 pounds, I think it is. So I do understand why people are passing, even more so. Like people used to always pass on the heavier stuff, but even now I think I probably easily spent $40 more on the stuff than I normally would have in the past. Easily. I haven't actually calculated it, but yeah, that's a bummer. I shouldn't be complaining because I know that a lot of bins locations are over $1, like they're in the $2 plus per pound. So I'm sorry if that's one of you, although I will say I do find those people who pay a little bit more get a little bit better stuff than I do. There's always a trade-off. I found this single Patagonia mitten. I grabbed those socks for myself. I don't know, socks at the bins. I don't have a problem with it. They get washed. Anyway, I was like, found the single Patagonia mitten, and so I dug all the way to the bottom, and I was like, please let me find it. And spoiler, I never found the mate, which not surprising. So I pulled this sweater out of the bins, and I was like, it doesn't look awesome, like I don't love the style. And I looked at the tag field flower and I was like, I think that might be an Anthro brand, and I checked and it is 66170, which I'm sure you know is Anthro Free People Urban Outfitters, and not all Anthro people pieces have that number, but I grabbed it because it was Anthropology. I'm assuming it's not going to be a huge dollar sale, but again, when you're paying pretty cheap, I don't mind the bread and butter stuff from the bins. This is a children's place. No, this is not a kid's. This is a H&M denim jacket that I did end up throwing in my cart for my garage sale, and if it doesn't sell, since it's a denim jacket, I do think I can throw it up on Poshmark for like $17 and accept an offer and move it. Found that men's shirt, which will be a bread and butter sale, and I found this Matilda Jane kid skirt, which is actually one piece I will not be throwing in my garage sale because that can probably move on its own between $10 and $15. I do have some Matilda Jane sitting right now that I need to try and get moving, and I found a bunch of these vintage doilies and table runners and stuff, and I grabbed all the ones that weren't stained, even some of the better ones that had some light staining. I'll put them in my garage sale. Oh, I thought I broke a nail there, but I didn't. Anyway, I will throw them in my garage sale for like 50 cents a piece, and I'm assuming they're not really going to move, and at that point I will see if I can lot them up and sell them online, and some of them I might even keep for myself because I liked them so much. So another highlight of my day was this Arc'teryx sweater. I don't actually know the comps on this, but I know it's a good brand and I've never found it before, so happy to find that in the bins. It might be more of a bread and butter piece, but again, still a probably $20 profit on a bins piece. This is a good bolo that I think you could actually often come across in the bins. It is Aaron Crafts. It is an Irish wool brand. This one, even with staining, I decided to pick up and I'll just sell it for less. And I'm not going to try and get the stains out. I don't want to deal with that, but someone else might. I grabbed those Anthropology pants for my garage sale, and if they don't sell, I'll just sell them myself. Not for much though, maybe like $14. And guess what? I filled up my cart so much, and then I came across a Panera tote bag, which I love those things. And then I started filling up that Panera tote bag crazy high. I found a woman's turtleneck Woolrich shirt, which is this purple striped thing, and I did end up throwing it back because I was like, it's probably not going to sell for very much, but then right next to it, I found it in a different color, same size, so I grabbed them both to lot them up. I was so surprised I came across this Carhartt, like, I think it's maybe a rain jacket, because I'm just surprised the t-shirt bros didn't grab that, but again, it's a coat, so maybe people aren't paying for the weight on coats. And here's everything I'm checking out with. Okay, I'm done, and it's like probably close to 6:30. I'm walking down to get my car right now to park it in like a front spot to load up my car because it's all the way over there. Guess what I did? I bought one. I knew I was gonna do that. I forgot to throw it back, so great. Now I just gotta find a space for all this in my house somewhere.
got home, took Olive on a walk, and now we're here to deal with all the inventory. Olive could care less. So here it is. I don't know what I want to do. It's getting dark. It is actually really nice out though, but Olive, do you like all the new inventory? Okay, I guess I'll just prop you here to finish out the video while I kind of sort stuff. I feel like overall, you know, I don't think I can sort stuff and talk. Okay, so I feel like this bin trip was average. You probably heard me talk in the voiceover about how I did not like come for the shoes, which is usually like my saving grace of the trip is the shoes. Today they were pretty picked over. I think I got there before or after the last shoe rotation. If they still do things the way they usually do, they do 2 a day. Sorry if you hear the cicadas. They just came out. Shoes were not super great today, but considering what I grabbed in the picked over bins, like these Draper James wedges, they do have some yellowing, so I would not have paid $7. I pretty much would only pick these up at the bins, but I think I can probably with the yellowing get like $20. But like Draper James, there's a pair of North Face boots right here that I think you guys saw that are in relatively good condition. Like with my maybe 6 or 7 pairs of shoes, they're pretty good in picked over bins. So if I had been there for a shoe rotation or 2, then I probably would have gotten really good stuff, but that's okay because the last thing I need right now is shoes. I feel like I did pretty good for like grabbing garage sale stuff and like bread and butter stuff for myself to sell tons and tons of kids clothes, which was the goal. Got a few like better pieces that I showed, like pretty much my best pieces in the vlog. I know a lot of people, like you do bin hauls and you see their amazing stuff. I feel like I never get the amazing stuff. Like I don't think I could do all my sourcing at the bins if I wanted to have an average sale price of over $30. I just don't think the bins I go to in Wisconsin are that good. But maybe I'm also just not competitive. I don't usually line up for new bins because it's still only 1 per bin. I don't know if they'll ever change that back from COVID, but I just don't deal with the competition. I take the leftovers. So I feel like, you know, the last 2 hours I spent there was mostly just grabbing kids clothes. I think I was there for 5 hours. Olive, she's in the plants. Get out of there. So as I was saying, like the last 2 hours of me being there was pretty much just grabbing kids clothes from my garage sale and a few things here and there, because I feel like at the end of the day they stop rotating and things just get more and more picked over, so you're digging through more and more picked over bins. And I've had someone comment before on, I think a video I made a few years ago about taking kids clothes to kids consignment, and they're like, you're taking these clothes from kids who need it. And I'm like, bro, these kids clothes are about to get thrown out. Nobody wants them. And literally, I've said this before, if I see people collecting kids clothes, like carts full, I've seen it before, I don't pick up the kids clothes because I don't know if they're selling it. I don't know if they need it for something. They can have it because I don't need it. But like all this stuff, it goes to bottoms of bins. Nobody there is really looking for it. So this is my garage sale stuff. So this will be like, I'm doing like this kind of stuff as $1 a piece, like little baby clothes, lesser known, or not lesser known, just like Wonder Nation is at Walmart. Just like this not great stuff is $1 and the better stuff at $2, which isn't a big difference. So hopefully I'm gonna market it as a back to school sale, so hopefully it does well. And also I just grabbed like these are stuff that I can take to probably worst consignment or try and sell myself if necessary, but like I didn't pick up anything that I don't think I can do something with if it doesn't sound like garage sale. So this is like a New Day women's pants, new with tags though, which is why I grabbed them for the garage sale. I'll put like $3 on them. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna try and get to sorting everything into garage sale versus sell myself before it gets too dark. So, which I probably only have about 20 minutes, so I don't know how I'm gonna do. Oh, I also grabbed some books for the garage sale just because I feel like you need some books. And again, I try not to grab trash. I want people to come to my garage sale and spend money, so. Okay, that is all for this vlog. I don't know if I'm gonna do a haul because I'm just so backed up on YouTube videos right now, but thank you guys so much for watching this vlog video. If you like reseller content, give this video a thumbs up because then YouTube will recommend you more reseller content. Also, feel free to subscribe to this channel if you don't care that this is what I look like when I go to the bins. I think it's better to look unattractive than attractive at the bins because I've been hit on looking like this and it's just like by a man twice my age and it's just uncomfortable. Anyway, that is it for today. I will see you guys soon in another video soon. Goodbye. Here's Olive's quick goodbye. She always loves to lay on my stuff when I'm sorting it outside. So Olive says bye.